Citation styles, in other words, in-text citation styles, according to the APA 7, can be of two forms, either the parenthetical citation style or the narrative citation style. And both of these two styles, students can decide to adopt either the quotation for word verbatim, word for word, or you paraphrase. And for verbatim, word for word, there are two different rules guiding that. Either when the number of words are above 40 or are below 40. If they are below 40, there are ways to cite such material. If you are paraphrasing, there are also rules guiding that. Now let's look at how to cite verbatim, word for word. When quoting word for word, use quotation marks to enclose quoted words either in parenthetical citation styles or in narrative styles. The number of page where the quoted word is extracted from also has to be included in the citation style. Let's say, for instance, within the tenet of democratic system of governance, citizens have the constitutional right to protest in accordance with the law. Now this is the parenthetical citation style, where the author and the year, including the page number, are enclosed in parentheses. Now note the words being extracted from the source, where you have to use a quotation mark to enclose those words that are taken verbatim. But in the narrative citation style, you can write it this way: within the tenet of democratic system of governance, citizens, Aliu 2020 stated that citizens have the constitutional right to protest in accordance with the law. Now, this sentence, within the tenet of democratic system of governance, is not part of what is taken from the source. Rather, what is taken from the source is the citizens having the constitutional right to protest in accordance with the law. Because this statement is taken word for word verbatim, then you enclose it with a quotation mark. Then note the page number as it is included also in parentheses. However, the author and the date are part of the narrative. That is why this style is called the narrative citation style. Now, supposing the article has no page number, this is how we should go about it. Now, you have to include the author's name, the date, and the paragraph number. The article might have numbers of paragraphs, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and so on. Or you also have to add the heading of that section, the section or the heading, or you can include both, either the paragraph number and the section or the heading, as it is this way. Now, according to David 2017, social vices is a product of continuation like that. Now, you can see we use the word para for paragraph, telling us that this social vices is a product of this social vices statement here was taken from paragraph 2 of the article. Now note also the quotation mark still enclosing the quoted words. If in the parenthetical citation style, you can write it this way: social vices are product of this statement enclosed in quotation mark, then the author, the year, and the paragraph number are all enclosed in parentheses. Now, if you are to include the section as well as the paragraph, you can write it this way: King 2018 proved that, then the section comes in, then the paragraph number. The section is social justice section, then the paragraph number, which also comes in the narrative citation style. But in the parenthetical citation style, you can write it this way: having come with the sentences you have quoted, or if you are paraphrasing, then the author, the year, the section, and the paragraph all will be in parentheses. Note that this is only used when you are quoting word for word verbatim. But in terms of paraphrasing, the section or the paragraph number will not come in. Rather, only the author and the year, as we will see in subsequent examples. Now, when citing two authors, there are also rules pertaining to that. So you are citing two authors, you cite in the following manner. For instance, the ongoing NSAS protest in the country seems to have been hijacked by unknown persons, causing upheaval and unrest in many communities. Now look at this is the parenthetical citation style, and note the ampersand symbol that separates between the first and the second author of the article you are citing. And look at the punctuation mark that separates the authors and the year. But in terms of narrative citation style, you don't use the ampersand symbol as it is here. You use the word and, and, to separate the first and the second author. So this is how you cite when you have two authors. And note that this is only done also when you are only paraphrasing. When you are paraphrasing, you don't need to include the page number, you don't need to include the paragraph number or the H section. But supposing you have more than two authors, how do we cite that? For citation more than two authors, cite only the first author's name and include et al, meaning and others. Et al is a Latin word for and others. So if you have two authors, you cannot use et al. You must have at least from 3 and above. So you cite only the first author's son name and put et al. For instance, social media is a powerful tool used to spread the End SARS protest across many parts of the country with an initial agenda to end police brutality. Now, Oluwole et al. 2020. This is the parenthetical citation style, where you use comma to separate the first author's son name, then use and others, that is et al, then separated from the date using a comma as well. Then in terms of the narrative citation style, when you have 3 authors, you can cite it this way. According to Oluwole et al, then the 2020 in the parenthesis, then the statement follows. So this is how you cite when you have more than 2 authors in the APA 7th edition. Now, when you want to cite corporate author, what do you do? A corporate author, like an organization who published, maybe they have their monthly or yearly magazines or article they publish, and you want to cite them in your work. So how do you do? This is how you go about it. Let's say, for instance, this is an example. APA is known as an author date style of referencing because only the author's son name and the year of publication are necessary to refer to in the body of the essay itself. This statement was taken from Southern Institute of Technology 2020. So they published an article about APA style 2020, and we use this parenthetical citation style to cite. Now note the corporate bodies, the Southern Institute of Technology, then their acronym which they are using officially, SIT, is enclosed in a bracket, then separated by a comma. But in terms of the narrative style, you put it in this way. According to the Southern Institute of Technology, then you bring your parentheses, so the acronym and the year are enclosed in the parentheses, then follows by whatever you are quoting or you are citing. Now, this can only be used in the first time, but in subsequent time when you are still want to cite this same author in the same work, then you don't need to use the full name of the corporate body anymore. Rather, you use the acronym like SIT 2020. Let's look at this example, for instance. This is the parenthetical citation for subsequent citation in the same work, or you can use this for narrative citation style. Now, having looked at this, I'm sure you must have started learning something of how to cite, but there are still other articles, publications that you can need to cite, and these are in accordance with APA style. Let's say, for instance, when you have an article with missing author, or missing author with date, or missing date with author, and even having materials from encyclopedia, from project or thesis, or even from social media. How do we cite it? So we'll meet in the next video for subsequent for more examples. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.